So, you're 3 sessions into your campaign. The story is just getting good. But your game master can't remember what happened last week. As usual, notes are scattered everywhere, and nobody can actually recall how things ended last week. I think we can all say we've been there at some point, and that's exactly what Session Zero is hoping to alleviate.
Hello, I'm Aaron, and I'm responsible for the backend database architecture of our project.
Hello, my name is Maxwell Harleen, and I mainly worked on the AI features that are implemented in this project.
I'm Bryce, and I was primarily in charge of the web frontend and our web backend.
Hello, my name is Peyton Crua. I was responsible for the mobile front end and API, and we are the developers of Session Zero.
Session Zero is a collaborative platform that takes the chaos out of running a tabletop RPG campaign and puts everything into one organized place. Whether you're a game master trying to juggle storylines, enemies, and notes, or just a player trying to remember what their character did last week, Session Zero keeps your whole campaign organized, alive, and always accessible. It brings storytelling, collaborative note-taking, encounter design, a virtual battle map, and even custom image and music generation, along with note summarization, all into one platform built specifically for tabletop RPG players. Finally, every player's campaign deserves to be remembered. Now let me show you how Session Zero makes that happen.
So this is the campaign overview page for Shadows of Thornwood, a D&D campaign. Here, game masters can edit characters, enemies, items, create campaign notes, and much more. So one of our standout features is the compendium. This allows game masters the ability to search enemies from Pathfinder and D&D databases. For this example, we're going to do the Awakened Tree. Once we select it, the stats are now imported onto the sheet. And this same workflow applies to items too, whether you're running D&D, Pathfinder, or a homebrew system. So here's that Awakened Tree and its enemy page of our campaign. From here, game masters can add a note and edit any attributes or stats, or an image as well. From the campaign overview, game masters can jump straight into the battle map. This is a real-time collaborative canvas. When the GM moves a token, every connected player sees it instantly. Here, game masters have full control. They can move tokens, edit health, and when enemies are defeated, they can remove those enemy tokens here, along with a myriad of other functionality.
So Aaron showed us the game master's point of view. I'm going to show you the player's point of view from the mobile phone. So right now you can see I have access to all of my campaigns here. Let's go to the one that Aaron did, Shadows of Thornwood. If I click on it, I can see all the information about the campaign, such as its name, buttons to view the battle map or add a note about the campaign's description, campaign information such as the characters, enemies, and items that are a part of it, as well as various other campaign notes. So you may notice from the player's point of view, I don't have the ability to manage the campaign. All I can do is create notes via the battle map or view information such as the characters, enemies, or items. So now I'm going to view my character here, Oldine the Dragonborn. I'm going to click on him, and it will navigate me to this page. It will show my character's name. I can add a note about my character. I can modify my character's health. I can see his stats, as well as his attributes and other various skills. If I want to modify my character, I can click this settings button in the top right, and I can change my character's name, his level and class, as well as his other statistics, such as some fixed stats, attributes, and skills. Back to the campaign, I can also view the enemies that are part of the campaign. For example, we have the Awakened Shrub here. If I click on that, I can add a note about him. I can see his maximum health as well as its type, and I can see a little image that shows what the Awakened Shrub looks like. If I scroll down a bit more, I'll also see stuff like stats and attributes and skills as well. And it's also the same thing for items. If I click on the battle axe right here, you'll see that I get a description of the item, and I can see notes associated with that item. Now moving on to the battle map, if I click on View Battle Map, I will be able to see the battle map. I can zoom in, I can zoom out, and I can also move around my token here. This is my character. You'll see that I can't actually move around other tokens. If I press and hold on them, they don't move at all, but I can move around my own token. You can also see that in the battle map, there are a lot less menus and buttons. The GM can add tokens, they can add enemies, they can change the order of the encounter. However, on the mobile phone, since I am the player, I cannot do those things. Outside of the battle map, I can see the notes that I've written down. For example, you can see a few notes that I've written about my character. These are public, so other people will be able to see them. If I click on the note itself, you can see the description, when it was last updated, the author, which is myself, and also I can edit my notes if I feel like it. And not only that, but the mobile end also has access to other web features such as the media library, where I can view images that I have generated or others that have marked them as public, as well as the AI tools, which Max will go over soon.
For the first AI features that were implemented, we can generate stories, which can help game masters come up with ideas on how to progress their campaign. We can also summarize a file that gets uploaded, and finally, we can summarize notes from either campaigns, characters, or enemies. And for example, if I wanted to summarize this character's Shax from my Destiny campaign, I can select them and click Summarize. From here, the summary will be generated, and soon it will be printed out right here as a preview for what the note is, and it'll automatically be saved to that character. The next of the AI features would be the image generation. From here, you can generate a normal image and then set the aspect ratio to be icons, a standard one, a character one, or a widescreen one. And you can also choose up to 4 images to be generated at a time, along with the TTRPG system. We also have map generation. For example, if I put in castle here, I can generate the map in a 2D style, and after a bit, it will be generated and automatically saved to the media library for you to view, and it will also be tagged with an AI-generated tag. And for example, this is what the map looks like. Lastly, we have enemy generation. From here, a game master could simply put in a prompt such as orc, select the TTRPG system that they're using, and the campaign that they want to save the enemy to. Then you just hit generate enemy, and then after a little while, an enemy will be generated. You'll be able to see its name, all of its stats, and along with skills that it has, and then these enemies will automatically be saved to the campaign that you saved it to, and you'll be able to view it right here.
I will be providing a summary of our utilized technologies. For the front end, we used Django templates with Bootstrap to provide the web interface, and Flutter to provide a cross-platform mobile app, allowing users to enjoy our software on their favorite device. The back end is containerized using Docker. We have containers for our Nginx proxy, our main Django server, and Redis, which enables our real-time battle map. This is all stored on an AWS EC2 instance, which connects to an RDS instance with a Postgres database. Our Django server communicates with Google Gemini to provide note summaries as well as image and music generation features. We also connect 2 public databases, Open5e for Dungeons and Dragons and Archives of Nethys for Pathfinder, to allow game masters to import enemies and items. For our user study, we talked to 8 users throughout our development process, leading us to redesign the menus. We also redesigned the stats field for characters and enemies to what is shown here on the slide. Overall, their feedback helped us to improve the user experience. Finally, we completed more than 130 issues over 16 weeks of development, committing more than 730 times to our GitLab repo across 65 merge requests. We built 272 tests and integrated them into our CI/CD pipeline to prevent regressions. That concludes our presentation. Thank you for taking the time to check out our project.